And it's just a tale of two different seasons. There's going to be a time where it's going to be very necessary for you to be in isolation. It's going to be times where you're going to be ashamed. You're going to be depressed. Where you're not going to want to talk to anyone. Where you're going to be crying alone. And you don't want to see people. You don't want to show off your wounds. Where you're going through some things. And it's going to be very necessary for you to sit by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to take a time to build that strength back up. But on the flip side of that, it's a time where you have to release it. You have to share it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to tell everybody about your testimony of all them tests that you've been through. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't easy being in isolation because you're alone. You know what I'm saying? You're depressed. You down for whatever got you down. That divorce you've been through. You know what I'm saying? Them children that you got to deal with in your home. You know, they're taking you through some things. Your work, your career, whatever it might be. All those things are, human things that can take anybody in frustration. It can bring any of us down being in a situation like that. You know what I'm saying? In those times, you're going to have to sit by yourself for a while. And sometimes it could be years, because you were depressed. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to different things and different methods to try to beat this depression. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they can be detrimental things that you're abusing, alcohol, you started gambling, you started doing other things. You know what I mean? And sometimes those things are necessary for you to build your strength back up, though. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone you don't want to talk to. Wounds don't look good all the times. You know what I'm saying? At first, when you've been through some things, you don't want to open up about the divorce you've been through because you don't want to talk about it because you think people look down on you. Because people do that. You know that. People look down on you because you lost your house, you lost the job. You know what I'm saying? But in that very same instance, when you get through it, when you build enough strength, you know what I'm saying? Because that isolation stage, maybe it was because you had to go to prison for a while. You know what I'm saying? You had to go to some rehab. You know what I mean? We heal, though, people. You had to go to that recovery. You know what I'm saying? You had to isolate yourself from some of those self-inflicted wounds that you caused out here. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, these things are detrimental sometimes, but sometimes it's good that we go through this pain sometimes. You know what I mean? Because you try to hide it. You don't want to show anybody no wounds. Then there's going to be a time where you're going to have to pray up on this. And then you're going to have to share this. You know what I mean? Because it's better to share. Because you can tell people about the testimony and the test that you've been through. You know what I'm saying? Now you can, a survival kit for people out here that's going through a divorce. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who lost a child, something of that nature. You know what I'm saying? It's got to open up. You got to release it, though. You know what I'm saying? Now you can cry on somebody's shoulder. Now you're not ashamed anymore. The ones that looked bad to you, now they're a trophy for you, because you can show it off and you can let people know what you've been through. Now you can tell people how that guided you and now you on your way and now you living your best life. You know what I'm saying? It's therapeutic in all of this, you know what I'm saying? You had to cry at first and you ain't had nobody to cry on, you know what I'm saying? You ain't had nobody to vent to. And then you found the partner. Anytime you can find a mate, a friend, your girlfriend in a time of you doing bad, do you know that's a special person in your life? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't cry on everybody's shoulder. That's the reason why you had to isolate. Because you was in that depression. You know what I'm saying? But when you vent and you able to share it now, you able to go to counseling and you able to get that weight off you, it feels a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, your testimony getting people through now. You show people that you got through this divorce, you know what I'm saying? And now you on your feet and you smiling like, you smiling like you brand new again because you are brand new. You started over and look at you. You found a new partner, you know what I'm saying? You're married again, you know what I'm saying? You went on your way. That first one was just a test, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You had to meet this person, you know what I'm saying? To get through to where you had to go through. You know what I'm saying? So it's always best to always share it. But that isolation stage is necessary too, though, because you had to grieve. You know what I'm saying? It's rough losing a parent at an early age, losing a child, whatever you had to go through. So you had to grieve by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You had to separate from people. You know what I mean? You had to find your purpose again. You got off your journey. You forgot why you were born. Now you start sharing this with other people. Now you can able to get out there and show your story, to show your testimony. You ain't ashamed that you went to prison for 5 years, 6 years. You know what I'm saying? Now you showing the young kids, the young boys, you know what I'm saying? You can avoid these traps. Don't be ashamed of going to college. Don't be ashamed of working a job. You doing it the real way. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to open up and vent. Because when we open up and vent, look at all that energy you putting out there now. You don't have no shame in your game. I'm out here now sharing my testimony, my stories, all this. I got no shame in it. No shame in how I came up. No, I ain't worried about where I started. You better see where I'm going. You heard? And that's what you got to do. When you get through that depression, when you get to them stages of them little sad seasons that we gonna go through, you know what I'm saying? Find somebody to cry on. You got a friend out there. That's what your girlfriend for. Your boyfriend. You got a husband, a wife, your mother, your sister. You know what I'm saying? Share it with people. Everybody ain't looking down on you. Everybody ain't looking to belittle you. You know what I'm saying? But I know people are. We got these devils and these evil spirits who are out there looking to get you. You know what I'm saying? Find somebody to share it with. Then you'll realize that we all going through the same thing out here. We all been through the same thing, different things, but it's all like-minded people out here who understand and appreciate you. And that's all I got, y'all. Motivation comes in many forms. Lamborghini Lamar.